Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for tuning in, watching, and listening. This is going to be the mid-February 2023 reading for the zodiac sign of Pisces. As always, my readings are very intuitive, so I'll provide you with any intuitive messages they receive, as well as the meaning of the tarot cards. I do, however, recommend you check out your sun, moon, and rising just to get a full picture of everything that's going on for you this month. And if you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. When you subscribe, that helps me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. But let's go ahead and jump in and get started. In column number 1, we're going to take a look at what's wrapping up and coming to a close. So last few weeks or month. Column number 2 is going to take a general look at what's happening for the remainder of February. We're also going to do a money column, a love column, and in the 5th and final column, we're going to do a message from our future self or spirit guides. We'll also do 3 yes or no questions, take a look at your crystal of the month, and do a healing note for you. But again, let's kick off with column number 1, what's wrapping up and coming to a close, so last few weeks or month. We have a summary affirmation card of I feel nurtured. This is such a good one to have, Pisces. I like the energy around this. Keep in mind, this could have been somebody that's making you feel nurtured, or this very well could have been you nurturing yourself. But I just feel so well supported. That's the energy that's coming through here. So I hope that you do feel well supported. But let's see what messages we've got. Okay, first up we have the 8 of Swords. The 8 of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions. This is a card of limitation. So there's something that you could have been holding yourself back on. Maybe you were doubting your ability, questioning your willpower, whatever it may have been. It seems like you were, again, kind of holding yourself back a little bit this month or these first few weeks there, Pisces. We'll clarify and see what else I can give you there. The next card that we have is the Hermit. The Hermit is about going within for clarity. That very well could have been the reason why you were kind of holding yourself back here, Pisces. The Hermit is going in with clarity, making sure you're on your own path, being spiritually illuminated, you're on your own personal quest. So you may have needed to kind of do this check-in with yourself and figure out really who you are, who you want to be, where we need to go, what we need to do. So that could have been that kind of limitation, is needing to do that check-in first. And then at the bottom here we have the Sun card. In terms of good cards in the tarot deck, it really doesn't get much better than the Sun card. This is a card of material happiness, joyous outcomes, success. I think whatever it was, whatever drove this check-in, I'm glad you did it because it put you on the right path, like instantaneously. It led you to the success, it led you to the happiness, it led you to the joy that you were seeking. So I like to see this. Actually looks pretty good. I know holding ourselves back doesn't always sound good, but it was like you knew you needed to do the check-in, you knew you needed to align, and it did lead us to the right place there. In terms of clarifiers, first up we have the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is a card of theft, betrayal, dishonesty. I feel like you found out some sort of information, and it likely will fall under that category. Theft, dishonesty, betrayal, something of that sort. And that's what gave you the awareness that we needed to not proceed forward without kind of doing the Hermit type exercise. I will say this is definitely you nurturing you, it seems like here, Pisces. The next card we have is the Ace of Pentacles. Anytime we have an Ace card, it's a card of newness. In the case of Ace of Pentacles, this is new job, raise, promotion, investment, some sort of new income. But again, I feel like the Hermit is leading you to newness, whether it's financial or just some sort of new opportunity. We needed to course correct here. So there was a triggering event and you responded and reacted in a really positive way where you really nurtured yourself and figured out what was the right next move for you. And then at the bottom here we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is very resourceful. It's about using your resources in the appropriate way. Again, I feel like you knew when you needed to stop, you knew when you needed to check in, you knew what next step you needed. Those are all really resourceful things to do. This also is domestic, so again, this could be connected back to a relationship in some way as well. But on top of the Sun card, again, really positive outcome after this series of events. Okay, now let's move on to our next column, which is just general what's coming for the remainder of February. We have the summary affirmation card of I will fight. This is interesting. Fight can be like such a sharp word, but it doesn't need to be. But this is standing up for what you believe in, fighting for what you want, fighting towards your goals. So there's something you will be fighting for. But that doesn't necessarily mean like fist fighting, right? Okay. Let's see what messages we have here, Pisces. Okay, at the top we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is very fast-paced. This is a fast-paced lifestyle change. So things are going to be coming at you quickly, and there's going to be a change that's going to happen relatively fast. So just be aware of kind of the busyness and the speed of the next few weeks. The next card that we have is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a card of having to make a decision. I do think that as things come really quickly, this decision is also going to come quickly for you. Do make sure though that it's like helping your cause. It's moving it towards what you want. Still fighting that fight for what you want. Just because it's busy doesn't mean that we give up on that or forget about that. So do make decisions, again, that push you towards where you want to be or where you want to go. At the bottom here, we have the Moon card. The Moon card is a card oftentimes of like things coming up that we don't expect. I always tell people it's the curve in the road that we didn't anticipate. But again, we need to continue to fight towards whatever path we wanted to be on. Obviously, you have to go with the curve in the road, but don't lose sight of your North Star, what we're really hoping to accomplish here. Okay, in terms of clarifiers, up first we have the Lovers card. The Lovers card is a card of love. It's a card of partnership, deep love, strength together. But more importantly, it's a decision. And again, I do think some sort of decision has to happen here. It's going to be more about how we react to this thing that pops up and these things that are coming so quickly. But again, stay focused on where we want to be long term and make sure we're taking action that supports that. The next card that we have is the Queen of Cups. This is a card of healing, supporting, nurturing. And are we nurturing ourselves to where we want to be? Again, that Two of Wands is having to make that choice. And are we making choices that are nurturing or hurting us? Healing us or hurting us? Supporting us? So do keep in mind again that support and taking ourselves in the correct direction. So we're making decisions again that guide us towards our North Star. And at the bottom here we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is typically bully, theft, and violence, some sort of toxic or abusive relationship. It's interesting because this could be a person or this could be an incident, and that's kind of what this curve is that we're not expecting. But again, the key here is to not lose sight of where we're trying to go, what we're trying to accomplish, who we're trying to be here, Pisces. Okay, now let's move on to our next column, which is just general, taking a look at money. So we're going to start out with a tips or trick card, or in this case it's an affirmation. So your affirmation says, I love money and money loves me. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to money, job, career, finances, businesses you run, investments you have, whatever you associate with money, Pisces. Up first, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is very active. There's some sort of new project or new responsibility coming for you, and you kind of just need to be able to jump into action. So do that very confidently as well. Make sure you're not doubting any skills. But again, something is coming new to work on, and you kind of just need to jump in with both feet right away. The next card that we have is the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is a card of rivalry, challenges, obstacles. I always say these are small bumps in the road. So not huge things, but it makes the path a little bumpy versus being smooth. There are going to be some obstacles that come up with this new project or this new responsibility, but I have no doubt that you are able to overcome them and navigate through them. Again, do so confidently here, Pisces, is what's going to be key. And at the bottom here, we have the Justice card. The Justice card is a card that's always favorable for you. So this is like cause and effect. win-win solutions. This is also truth coming out. So again, I have no doubt that you will be able to navigate and find solutions as things come up. You're like the perfect fit for this new project or this new role or this new responsibility. The nice thing with the Justice too is like all the hard work that you're doing is going to be paying off. It's like what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it with this new scenario as well. Taking a look at our clarifiers, at first we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands can be a card of boundaries, but another key meaning of the Nine of Wands is persistence. So again, jump right in quickly to whatever this is and stay persistent, stick with it. Even though there are going to be some obstacles, there's going to be some things that pop up. It's nothing you can't handle, nothing that you can't push through here, Pisces. The next card that we have is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is very patient, especially if you're leading a team, make sure patience is top of mind. But this is also a card of new job, raise, some sort of money news. Again, I do feel like this is going to pay off for you, so this will lead to some new money in some sense. So be persistent. Don't be discouraged by any obstacles that may come up. You're really like, not that you need to prove yourself, but this is really proving you, and you'll be rewarded for those efforts there. And at the bottom here, we have the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of patience. We've talked about patience twice now. Especially important if you're leading a team, make sure patience is kind of top of mind here, Pisces. But this is success. Mind you, it might take a little bit longer than you envisioned, but the patience is more important than the time itself. So just keep patience top of mind. Again, all the pieces are going to fall into play here. But it does seem like this is going to be really beneficial for you in the near future. So do your best in this new opportunity. Now let's take a look at our love column. Oops, which is anything related to love. You have a quick card here that says, time, you are trying too hard, give it time. In this column, we're going to talk about anything related to love, family, friends, relationship, children, marriage, whatever you associate with love here. Pisces, let's see what these messages have for you. First up, we have the Six of Coins or the Six of Pentacles. This is a card of giving or receiving help. It's a very generous card. Keep an open heart this month. I do feel like somebody's going to come to you with something, and it'll be really easy to just shrug it off, but I don't know that that's the right answer. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you're thinking generously and have that kind of willingness to help if needed. The next card that we have is the Knight of Coins. The Knight of Coins is really about being reliable, being patient, being hardworking. Again, somebody's going to come to you because they feel like they can depend on you, that they can rely on you, and we want to make sure that we deliver that. Be very empathetic here, and just be patient with this person. Again, this is likely family, friend, loved one, but they're really coming with an open, hurting heart to you for support. At the bottom here, we have the Seven of Coins or the Seven of Pentacles. Dang, I think all three of these cards say patience, so definitely be thinking about patience here. This person needs patience from you, so just keep that in mind. But you are going to guide them to success. Again, this is going to be moving a little bit slower. Just love and money is moving a little bit slower than you would like it to, but nonetheless successful here, Pisces. Let's take a look at our clarifiers. First, we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, anytime we have an ace card, is a card of newness. In this case, there's like a new conflict. So this person's having conflict or turmoil that they're coming to you with. They're coming to you because they need clarity as well here. The next card we have is the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card of gifts. It's a card of reunion. It's a card of support. So getting connected with this person, supporting them to the best of our abilities. Again, that's on top of the Knight of Pentacles, which is being reliable, being patient when that person comes to you. This is also very innocent. Like this person really looks to you for support. They're innocent in the situation and need guidance from you, if that makes sense. At the bottom here, we have the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is about being active. It's about taking action. So do make sure, I think, if you can, definitely offer this support. Like I said, it seems really meaningful. Somebody is really relying on you here. So I would encourage you with the Page of Wands to take the action if you can. Okay, Pisces, now let's take a look at our fifth and final column, which is a message from our future self or spirit guides. Something to carry into the end of the month with us. We have the card, I Will Forgive. This is an interesting one and always a goodie. People don't always like to hear it. Some people do. Some people are aware. There's always like more forgiveness that needs to happen, more healing that needs to happen. I think there is something you're going to forgive and heal from going into the end of February. Maybe this person that's coming to you is like somebody that you had an issue with and now we're forgiving them and helping. I'm not sure. Let's take a look and see what we have. There is definitely some forgiveness here though. First we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card of family and friends. So again, likely there's a family and friend thing that needs to be forgiven. Oddly enough, celebration is tied into this too. So like, I don't know, I'm just going to throw the only example I can think of. Like, maybe you were both competing for the same job and the other person got it. And now it's like, we need to forgive and forget and move on with that relationship. I don't know. Something along those lines. The next card that we have is the King of Coins or the King of Pentacles. This is about being solid, practical, and wise. And I'm not saying you're being impractical or anything of that sort, but sometimes when we reassess the situation or we reflect back on it, Pisces, it's not as significant or as hurtful as we thought it was. Or maybe this wasn't like an end-all be-all and it felt like it was. So it's kind of good to revisit this with a fresh set of eyes, with a very solid, practical, wise approach on it. Also, I'm going to throw it out there, even though it may or may not make sense. The King of Coins is oftentimes an investment opportunity. So through this forgiveness, through this healing, there may lead to an investment opportunity. I'm not sure. Obviously, that would make sense for some of you. And then at the bottom here, we have the Magician. The Magician is really a focus card. It's inspired action. There's a reason why we need to forgive. There's a reason why we need to heal. There's something driving this action here. Again, oddly enough, for some of you, I think it's an investment opportunity. Maybe it's an opportunity to be friends again. Whatever it may be. And whatever you want from this situation, you can have it. The Magician is turning visions into reality. So whatever you expect this forgiveness or this healing to look like, I think it will. It's going to turn into whatever you're hoping it would turn into. Okay, at the top here we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is a card of necessary transition. You see this boat is moving in a forward positive direction. We need to take this step because it is truly a step forward. The next card we have is the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is weighing your options, kind of deliberating, debating. Again, we're reassessing or reevaluating the situation, which I think is important. Again, you're just kind of revisiting, restudying it. And at the bottom here, we have the Magician. The Magician on top of the Magician. If you've watched my readings, you know, and I love when that happens. So all things I said about the Magician here is true. Again, this is prompting action. There's some reason why this needs to happen right now. And whatever you want this situation to turn into, it will. Okay, Pisces, at this time I'm going to give you the opportunity to ask 3 yes or no questions. We're going to use the Gypsy Witch fortune telling deck. If you don't have 3 questions in mind, you can pause the video and think of them really quick. But question number 1 is the 3 of Spades. This is number 10 card. That's going to be a yes. Question number 2 is the Jack of Diamonds. This is number 14 card. That's going to be a yes. And question number 3 is the Jack of Hearts. This is number 22 card. That's going to be a yes also. So yeses across the board there for you, Pisces. If you watched your video earlier this month, we did pull a card from our Healing Stones deck, which is a crystal to keep with you through the month of February. Your crystal this month is black tourmaline, which is good for protection, relaxation, helps protect you and relaxes body, mind, and spirit. Definitely good at fending off unnecessary or not so good things. And last but not least, we're going to pull a card from our Healing Note deck. Your note says, in your own time, in your own way, you will heal. Thank you so much, Pisces, for tuning in, watching, and listening. Please do like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how this video resonates with you. Again, subscriptions help me greatly, and you'll be notified when I post new content. Also, I did include my Venmo in the comments box if you'd like to make a donation. But thank you so much, Pisces, and I hope you have a fabulous rest of your February.